fastest ever goal in FIFA Club World Cup history, gave the Blues an early advantage. There were chances for City to make it 2, but before they did finally make it 2, it was a wonderful opportunity for Wydad, a really good save to deny Mailula by Edison, and then Doku from a Foden corner adding the second goal, and the Blues have command in their opening game. It's City 2, Wydad 0. Well, let's go back to the studio and we can join Steph Houghton, Shaun and of course Natalie Pike.
Welcome back to Matchday Live. It is half-time in City's first Club World Cup competition game of this season. We are taking on Wydad and we are currently leading 2-0, an ideal start to this tournament for us, and I'm so thrilled to still be joined in the studio by Steph Houghton and by Shaun. 3-0 was Steph's prediction, 4-0 was Shaun's prediction. It's looking pretty good. What did you make of the first half, Shaun?
Well, as Nick said, we got off to a really good start, and I sort of whispered this could be 5 or 6. But I think Wydad sort of steadied themselves and got themselves into the game a bit. I think part of that was how we played, and I think this is where pre-season or the start of players playing together, you get that rhythm in terms of players dribbling a lot more than we normally would see, because we do have dribblers in our team now, and I think that will come, that real rhythm will come the more games they get played and the more tactical information Pep gives. But I thought they got into the game because we were doing more dribbling, and therefore was transition periods. But credit to them, they're not saying, hey, we're just gonna make up the numbers here. They want to play part in this tournament. So they've made it a really decent game. But I'm still certain of my 4.
Oh, you're still confident. Good. I'm happy with that. That's absolutely fine with me, Shaun. A win to start is all I really care about. And Steph, it was an ideal way to start this tournament. Phil Foden scoring within 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we said about how important it is to start really good and on the front foot, and we certainly did that. And obviously for Phil, in terms of the season that he's had last season, wasn't up to the standards of the season before. So for him and his confidence, that should do him the world of good in terms of a goal, a little assist for the second goal as well. But I think what Shaun said, I think in terms of we've really controlled the game. I think they've kind of tried to help us on the counter-attack and causes a few problems, but overall I think the way that we are playing, it's a little bit different system in terms of we are quite narrow in them central areas, and we're trying to overload them in midfield and allow Savinho and Doku to do their things on the outside and create chances. But overall, in terms of the first game of the Club World Cup, they've done really good.
And as you say, Phil Foden with a goal for the first, assist for the second. Shaun, you said in the pre-match show that you think this is going to be the season where we see Phil coming back to his best again. Well, if that is going to be true, he has started it perfectly today, and I imagine you are as happy for him and relieved as we all are to see him back here again. Yes,
and he's got too much quality in him to not get back to the levels we saw in the season before last. And I'm pleased that he's been able to get off the mark and score. Again, I know, having been a player, when quality players start coming in, or players start coming in and around your position, you perk up. And Phil Foden is not one, I think, to shirk any challenges. He'll look forward to it, he'll relish it. But he also know that, on his day, he's like one of the best players in the world. So he would have confidence in himself. And if he starts well, as he has done, I think he'll continue throughout the season. So really pleased that he's scored a goal. And find his way back to that form.
So that goal coming in the first 2 minutes of the game. What a perfect way to start the tournament. It was Jeremy Doku who ran a long ball over to the left, hooked it back to Phil, who found Savinho. Savinho took a shot. The goalkeeper parried it out. And, well, you've got to be on your toes, haven't you, for those strikers, Shaun?
You've got to. You certainly have, because Nicky said during commentary that the keeper should have held it. And we were saying that as well, or Ferry was saying that maybe the keeper should have held it. But you take these, Phil will take that. He's in the right place at the right time and just slide foots it in. So he'd be pleased to have been in that right position and put that one home. So good finish from him.
Then I think it's probably fair to say the game went fairly quiet in the middle. Phil did have another opportunity, but then the second goal for City came right towards the back end of that first half. It was a Phil Foden corner. It swung it right into the box. And then Jeremy Doku, as was described by Ali, a side-footed volley into the back of the net. A lovely finish for 2-0. Made me breathe. You know what I'm like. Took the pressure off there a little bit going into half-time as well. But Steph, what did you make of Doku's finish?
No, I think for me, when you're in the box, it's about anticipating where the ball's going to land, and it was a great ball by Phil. I think we were watching with the ref cam, maybe Nathan Ake, we would have probably maybe getting a penalty in that instant. He got brought to the ground, but I think how quick he is, he's able to make up the space and to be able to get across the defender, because the defenders think he's got all the time in the world. So I think Doku was really impressed this half, I think, in terms of what he's been doing with the ball, his productivity down that left-hand side, crossing into the box. But I think sometimes when it gets to set pieces, you've got to be more productive in that sense. And great ball. And then obviously just about the run, and you asked what it was, and yeah, the side volley or what was a goal. So no matter how it goes in, we're happy in the studio.
I love a finish like that where it's a bit different, but yes, all of them count. We loved it. So City 2-0 at half-time. In terms OK, this is very exciting. The Club World Cup is delivering surprises all over the show. We've got a half-time interview with Kolo Toure.
Kolo, a goal to start and finish the half. Perfect start?
Yes, I will say. You know, it's always really important to score early goal because when you play against a team who play 5 at the back, it's always difficult to break them. And I think the early goal from Finn was really, really good. And then I think, we controlled the game after. Of course, they had some few counter-attack. But, I think we defended really well. And then scoring on set pieces is really good because we've been working a lot on it.
It's been played at a ferocious pace. Did you expect that?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, because you play the best team in the world, and you have to expect that the pace will be quick, everything will be sharp, and that's we were expecting that definitely.
And Kolo, finally, what is the key messaging going into the second half?
I think for us is just to keep controlling the game, of course. You know, and every time we can, we have a moment to score, we have to score, and then try to do a clean sheet.
Kolo, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Look at that, 2 lovely faces there at half-time. Our very own Liam Loftus there speaking to Kolo Toure. Wonderful. I love that little surprise. Of course, Kolo Toure joining Pep's coaching team for the Club World Cup as well. That second goal, of course, we mentioned there from Jeremy Doku. A beautiful, beautiful touch by Jeremy Doku to get that goal. And, of course, beautiful touches is what we're all about here on Matchday Live. And we all, walking into the studio a little bit earlier, got accosted by somebody chucking a ball at us and asking us how our touches were. So shall we have a little look at these? Right, OK, first up, Steph Houghton, obviously the real pro... Oh, hello, Steph. Oh, OK, Steph, you just added a little trick in there as well.
I did. I'm not really one for tricks, right, but Nikki? You've kind of killed us with my shoes, to be honest.
OK, and here comes Shaun.
Nikki.
Oh, that's Nikki, sorry. OK, who's next? OK, this is me. Can we just all... OK.
Midfielder. Oh, touch. Oh, love that.
Guys, that was OK, wasn't it?
I'll tell you, I'm having that.
And here he goes to show us how to do it. Oh, stop it, Shaun.
That wasn't one take either.
How many takes was that,
It
Shaun?
was one take.
Hey.
That was one take?
It was one take, I have to say.
That's why they go, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm not the worst. I was not the worst today either as well, you know, because they did some practice ones with the team.
Oh.
All right, OK.
Have a look at this.
I'm looking forward to this.
Producer Callum was the test.
Oh!
What was that, Callum?
Coffee there.
Is he turning to go the other direction? Was he?
They did you, Callum.
Oh,
they
my.
absolutely did you there.
Callum.
Yep, never mind, Callum. I was not the worst.
I'm bringing my boots next time, I think.
Just in case.
Just in case I need to be prepared, don't I? So
I'm fully buzzing with myself as well, by the way.
I would be
fully buzzing with myself. I consider just refusing to do it, but, you know. we got to get involved. So City leading 2-0 at half-time in our first Club World Cup game of this new competition. But of course today the Premier League fixtures were out as well. What an exciting day. It came out 9 o'clock UK time. I was on it at 9:01, checking out all the dates, who we play first, when's the derby, when's Liverpool, who we got at Christmas, who we got on the last day of the season. And I'm a little bit of a fixture nerd. Then I started to look at who we were playing around about the Champions League fixtures and just really got into it. You could tell that I'd had no football for 24 days. But if you haven't seen them yet, let's have a little look. So our first 5 games, we start our campaign away from home at Wolves. So Ain't Nori goes straight back to Wolves and hopefully gets a wonderful reception from them there. Then our first home game of the season is a tasty one against Spurs. I, for one, am hoping for some revenge after Spurs trounced us last year at home as well. Then we go away to Brighton. That is a journey. Then we have the Manchester derby at home as our 4th game, our second home game of the season, and then Arsenal away. I mean, Steph, talk about absolutely throwing us into the first 5 games of the season. That is a tough old running.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think that is kind of the beauty of the Premier League at this moment in time, is that all these teams are going to invest in the summer. Everybody wants to be in Europe to win the title, and the competition's definitely getting bigger and better. And even though we're playing Wolves away, they had a great end to the season. They've got great players. I'm sure they'll invest in the summer, and obviously them home games, them tasty home games. Thomas Frank, new Spurs manager, they'll be a different Tottenham this year. And yeah, I mean, that's what we love about it. Whether we're playing fantasy football or watching just the Premier League, it's so competitive you can never really predict. But this is a big season for us. There's no kind of hiding away from it, that we need to go and kind of start as bright as we possibly can. And obviously with the Club World Cup in play now, that's going to depend on how much preparation we do have for the Premier League. So this is why these games are really important, to kind of prep for that first game against Wolves.
And hopefully, if it is indeed a big season, we start those fixtures well, then we look towards the end of the season and hope that there might be something on the last day of the season that we are playing for or have already won. And should that be the case, Shaun, we will play Aston Villa at home on our last Premier League game of the season, which, of course, just brings back lovely, fond memories to 2022.
Yes, Gundogan comes to mind. What a fabulous goal that was. And I think I lost my voice, I lost my mind, I lost everything. I didn't even know how to string together a sentence. The emotions that this game can give us, you know, and these players and this management team that they can give us. But how great that'll be, you know, to be playing for something right at the end of the season. Myself being currently at Villa, I'll be one of those where I'm a City man, you know, die hard, but it'll be really good to see that game. Certainly.
Are we going to stay friends?
Oh, well, of course.
Always.
Of course.
Always, Shaun, always. Now, for you fixture nerds, if you're out there like me as well, that were studying the fixtures like nothing else, and if you weren't, by the way, City will play at home before 5 of their first 6 Champions League games, but face 4 away fixtures directly after we've played in the Champions League. So I don't know how I'm taking that. A bit of mixed feelings there. Obviously, when you come back from the Champions League, you're then going and facing a long trip afterwards. So I love the fixtures. I'm an overthinker. I study them far too much. Back on, though, to the Club World Cup, because that's where we are. It is half-time in our first game against Wydad. City currently leading 2-0. What do you think is being said right now in the changing room, Steph?
I think Kolo Toure really said it what it should be. It's just like more of the same, and I think it looks really hot over there, so will we see some changes? More than likely. I think it's important that other players get a run out, but ultimately that clean sheet's really important for mentality, but the most important thing is the win, and we've put ourselves in a great position now, and the new boys that have started have done really well, and they're starting to learn how we want to play this coming season and form them relationships. But yeah, I think this tournament is all about using the squad as much as possible, and most importantly getting the 3 points in the first game.
Yeah, I guess that's especially true given the heat out there as well, Shaun. I think they're playing sort of 26, 27 out there in Philadelphia just now. So do you think there might be any changes at half-time, or will we be expecting some early in the second half?
Yeah, I would imagine there'll be some changes at half-time because, again, using this as sort of pre-season games is a case of making sure you want to do well in the tournament, as in win it, but you also want to avoid injury. So I think it's one of those where the comfortable is a tricky one from a coaching point of view. You want a third goal to be able to go, yeah, we're really assured. And players today, they come back fit. In years gone by, players needed these games to get fit. So I've no worry that I think the players are able to continue. I think it probably end up being subs more around in the next 10 minutes or so. Initially, I was thinking it'll be at half-time, but I probably think after 10 minutes, you'll see some subs to come and freshen things up and go at it again and get that 4 goals that I predict.
Our cameras tell us that Rodri is currently warming up on the pitch in Philadelphia. You can see him there. Really lovely. Cannot wait to see that man playing regularly again. Of course, if you want to see if Rodri starts in the second half, comes on in the second half at any point, the place to do that is on DAZN, where you can watch this game for free. And indeed, you can watch every one of our games and every one of the games taking place in the Club World Cup for free on DAZN. So 2-0. Steph, so in terms of the second half, we'll see some changes perhaps. Maybe see Rodri, that'd be lovely. But what else? Keep the clean sheet for City. What else are you looking for in the second half?
I think just when them chances come, being a bit clinical. I think that sometimes that, like last season, we maybe miss them opportunities and then the other team go up the other end and score. So I think it's that ruthless nature that we've seen of the team over the past few years in terms of just wanting to win, wanting to be successful. And if you bring in the likes of Rodri on, you've got such a better chance because he's able to create chances, he's able to control that midfield area. But so far, so good. I think we were impressed with the first 45 minutes. This is a few of these players have probably not played for 2 or 3 weeks. So just to try and get that into your legs in a different environment.
Are you sticking with 3-0?
I have to, don't I? You can't change yours now. You
we're not changing.
Number 4? OK, we've got a 3 and we've got a 4-0, and I would be more than ecstatic with either of those. So come back and join us at full-time. Get onto DAZN now to watch the game for free, and then come back to us where Steph and Shaun will still be here in the studio, and we'll be talking all about the game at full-time, where hopefully City have started off their Club World Cup campaign perfectly. So enjoy the second half, Blues.